The time I almost got lost at sea. Shipwrecked, you might say. No, this is not a joke. No, I'm not exaggerating. I know I'm dramatic, but this is a true story. We are back with a Sunday story time. Because I found these pictures and I was like, oh my God. I forgot that happened. It was horrible. It was terrifying. And I need to tell my friends. Okay? So here we are. Cheers. Cheers to the ocean. Hope you're having a good day. I don't want to drink this because I just chugged a lot in my last video and I've been burping ever since. So I'm gonna sit this one out, but I hope you're having a fabulous day. All right, I'm gonna set the tone here, okay? I'm gonna set the mood. This was in 2014, okay? I go to Cuba with some friends and I like the beach. I like water. You know what I mean? Like I will do those water activities. I'm out in there. I'm doing like underwater swimming competitions, handstand competitions. I'm one with the sea. I'm one with the water. Just call me Moana, okay? So it's a beautiful day. And I'm like, you know what? Let's take a boat out there. Because you can rent some boats on the beach, you know? Sometimes you can rent little kayaks, little paddle boards. My favorite is a paddle boat. Paddle boat, that's what they're called. Well, that's what I know them as. If you have never been on a paddle boat, the best way I can describe it is it's a very cheap piece of plastic is what it feels like. And it almost feels like you're sitting in an empty bathtub, and the way it moves is with bike pedals. So you're in full control of this boat. It's not like a canoe where you can paddle with like a big oar. All you have is bike pedals turning a little propeller and a little stick basically that when you turn it left or right, that will change the one propeller and that's the direction you go, literally. And if you want to go backwards, guess what? You pedal backwards. It's probably one of the most simple boats you can ever be on, but also probably not the safest. So me and one of my best girlfriends and one of my best guy friends at the time, the three of us were like, yo, let's go take out this paddle boat. Keep in mind, the girlfriend, she can't swim. She doesn't really like the water. She didn't want to go on the boat, but me and my other friend convinced her to partake in this, which she quickly regretted based on events that took place. Okay? So we were on the beach, we're looking out at the water, it's beautiful. There's some sailboats out there. We're like, it's a perfect time. The waves aren't bad. Let's take out this boat, which moves very slowly. Keep in mind, you can paddle as fast as you freaking can, and you still will hardly move. So we take out this paddle boat. This is so bad when I'm looking at these pictures. Oh my God. All right, so we start paddling out there, okay? And we get to a point where we're out there and we're having a good time that I'm like, you know what? Let's just park it. And by that, it just means you stop pedaling. So I get out of my little pedal seat and I'm on the front of the boat and we have music playing from our phone and we're having a good old time. I am dancing. I'm having the time of my friggin' life, okay? And I have a life jacket on and I can swim. So I'm not worried. I am, like I said, I'm Moana, all right? I'm singing out to all the sharks out there, having the time of my life. However, it starts to get a little cloudy. We were feeling that sun beating down on our skin and out of nowhere it stopped. The temperature drops quickly and the sun, you know, you could just feel the sun going away. And I'm like, maybe the sun's behind a cloud. No, I look back at shore and I see this. As you can see, a storm, a big storm is brewing. It's even raining over there. And to give you some perspective, look how far out we are from shore. We didn't realize because we were having so much fun. We had stopped pedaling and we were just dancing and goofing around, which means that the boat was just flowing with the waves and the sea, and we drifted so far out from shore past any guideline that we were supposed to stay in And I start to panic a little bit. When I saw that, and I took a picture because you can see the rain and the storm, and I see another paddle boat, which is so far away from us, it started to set in the mistake that we had made. Here's a lovely photo of me without my life jacket because I was trying to get a bikini photo for another perspective of how far we are from shore. I don't even think this picture does it justice, but it was bad. Like, it was bad. Now, for some perspective on the beach area and stuff of where you're supposed to be in, if you look at this photo, the water like changes colors. It starts off very clear and you can see the sand because this beach had a huge area which was safe to swim in because it was very shallow. And then it turns to a lighter blue, which is still like, you know, waist, neck deep, like you wouldn't go too far. And then it drops off to a darker blue. A darker blue. Which, if you know, that's because the ocean floor drops. That's where we were. We were in the darkest shade of blue on a paddle boat in the middle of a storm that is headed our way. Oh my God, looking at these fucking pictures, I can't. Here's a picture of the blue water. The dark blue. If you look, you can see the lighter blue and then you can see where it gets darker and you can actually see where the sailboats are and the paddle boats and how far they are because we have drifted so far from the shore, okay? Real bad. My friend who couldn't swim was having a full-on panic attack, was screaming, was almost crying, and was like, we're going to die. And I was laughing because at the time I was young and I was like, we're gonna be fine. Like, this is so funny. You're freaking for no reason. No, it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. And we're like, whatever, we'll head back in. So I hop back into my little paddle seat next to my guy friend and we start paddling. But because there's a storm, there's wind, which means we're paddling our little hearts out. And we're hardly moving. We're hardly moving. So then I start really fearing like, we actually might not make it back to shore. We really might not. But you know what? We're like, let's just keep positives high. Let's paddle, you know, we work out. We're gonna be fine. You know, we've got the momentum here. We keep going. But when I really knew we were in trouble is when I saw one of like the resort security boats coming out to us, blowing a whistle to get our attention, and they were yelling at us to come back because they were like, you're way too far. They were yelling at us like, danger, you're way too freaking far. Number one, even if there was a storm, we are not supposed to be with the sharks, okay? As an adult, and I look back at these photos now, I'm like, this isn't funny. You couldn't pay me to do this. This is so reckless and stupid. Something terrible could have actually happened. So once I saw that and I felt and saw the panic of the people working at the resort, I was like, oh, this is serious. Like, this is very serious. So we put our life jackets on, we buckled in, and we just give her. We give her. And that whole ride back, truly, it felt like we were paddling for 2 hours. 2 hours. I was panicking. I was in full panic mode because it felt like we weren't even moving and it felt like we were getting further from shore. But with some miracle, we made it. We made it back to shore. We made it back safely. We definitely got a warning from the staff, rightfully so, and it was a massive storm the rest of the day. Had we not gotten back within minutes, we literally would have been lost at sea. Like, there's no, because of the wind and the rain pour, like, it was so intense. We literally had to grab all our stuff from the beach and run because the storm was coming in and we had to stay inside the rest of the day. And all day we kept talking about like, dude, we would have been out there. Not to mention my freaking little paddle boat probably would have filled up with the water. Ah! I get goosebumps thinking about it because I'm like, I don't know. I got either good karma or angels or something, because a few minutes and it could have been very bad. So take this as a lesson. Don't ever do what I do. Very reckless. I was young, having fun, not really thinking about the consequences to my own actions. And as an adult now, well, I was an adult back then technically, but you know, as a more mature, hopefully, adult, I would never. You couldn't pay me. That's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying. So anyways, that's the time I almost got lost at sea. And thank God I'm here. That's all I gotta say. See ya. Oh my God, that is not all I have to say. I do have to say, stay classy and stay sassy.